All right, let's dive into one of the most basic, but also one of the most fascinating things in all of nature: food. I mean, think about it. From the tiniest bug to a blue whale, what an animal eats and how it eats pretty much defines its entire existence. So let's go on a little safari through the wild world of animal appetites. And right away, you run into some really interesting questions. Like, why is it that a cow seems to be chewing basically 24/7, but a snake can swallow a single meal and then just chill for weeks? It seems kind of random, right? But the answer is actually super cool.
At the end of the day, it all boils down to just one thing: energy. Food isn't just about not being hungry. It's the fuel that runs the entire machine of life. It's what powers growth, movement, survival, everything. It's the currency of the wild. Okay, so to get a handle on the millions of different meal plans out there, scientists have basically sorted everyone into three main groups. Let's meet the big three: herbivores, carnivores, and omnivores. First up, we've got the herbivores. These guys are the dedicated plant eaters of the planet. We're talking about everything from a giraffe nibbling on leaves way up high to a rabbit just munching away on some grass. Their whole world is built on vegetation. You know them, you've seen them, grazers like zebras and horses, these incredible, gentle giants like elephants. And what they do is actually amazing. They are pros at turning really tough-to-digest plants into the energy they need to live. Next in line, we've got the carnivores, the meat eaters. Unlike the herbivores, their energy comes from eating other animals. It's a much more energy-packed meal, for sure, but, you gotta catch it first. And this group has some seriously different styles. You've got the raw power of a lion chasing down its prey, but then you have the complete opposite: the slow, patient, stealthy crocodile just waiting for the perfect moment. So cool. And finally, we have the ultimate opportunists of the animal kingdom, the omnivores. These are the animals that eat, well, a little bit of everything. Plants, animals. If it's edible, it's probably on their menu. They're the most flexible eaters around. This is a super diverse group. You've got bears, who are famous for eating both berries and fish, crows, our own pet dogs. Oh, and yep, that's us. We humans are classic omnivores, and our ability to eat almost anything is a big reason we've been so successful. So let's just put it all together real quick. Herbivores, they eat plants. Carnivores, they eat meat. And omnivores, they eat both. Three totally different strategies for fueling up, and each one comes with its own set of rules for the game of survival. But what animals eat is really only half the story. The how, that's where things get really wild. This is where you see some of the most amazing designs in all of nature. Now, when you think about eating, you probably think of biting and chewing, right? But for a whole bunch of animals out there, that's just not part of the process at all. Seriously, animals like frogs, snakes, and crocodiles, they just skip chewing entirely. They're built to swallow their food completely whole and let their super powerful digestive systems do all the hard work from there. For the animals that do use their teeth, the tools are perfectly designed for the job. On one side, you have carnivores like lions. Their teeth are like daggers, made for one thing: tearing flesh. But on the other side, you've got a totally different strategy: gnawing. Exactly. Animals like squirrels and rabbits have these amazing front teeth that are basically like little chisels. They're perfect for breaking into tough nuts and seeds. And get this, they never stop growing, because if they did, they'd just wear them right down to nothing. Okay, now for one of the weirdest and most brilliant eating strategies out there: chewing the cud. Grass is super hard to digest, so to get every bit of energy out of it, animals like cows have this incredible two-step process. They scarf down the grass, swallow it, and then later, when they're relaxing, they bring it back up to chew it properly. It's kind of gross, but it's genius. All right, pop quiz time. Based on what we just talked about, breaking down that tough plant stuff, which one of these animals do you think chews the cud? Is it A, the lion, B, the cow, or C, the frog? I'll give you a second. Got it? If you said B, the cow, you are absolutely right. So, how does all this stuff about wild animals apply to the ones we actually share our homes with? Let's bring this all back to our own world and talk about our animal companions for a minute. Understanding their natural diets is just so important. A house cat, for example, is what we call an obligate carnivore. That means it has to eat meat to survive. A dog is more of a flexible omnivore. Giving them the right food isn't just about being a good owner, it's about respecting millions of years of their biology. So, after that trip through the wild kingdom's kitchen, what's the big picture here? What are the main things you should really walk away with?
If you remember anything, remember these three things. 1, an animal's life is a constant search for energy. 2, whether they're an herbivore, carnivore, or omnivore, that diet defines their role in the world. And 3, an animal's body isn't an accident. Its teeth, its jaw, its stomach, it's all a perfectly evolved toolkit for its own personal menu.
But let's leave you with one last really important thought. It doesn't matter how big and scary the predator is, or how complicated its diet might be. Every single food chain on this planet starts in the exact same place.
And that kind of leaves us with a fun question to chew on, right? If the lion is the quote-unquote king of the jungle, but the lion has to eat a zebra and the zebra has to eat grass, who's really in charge here? Something to think about.